What's up, everybody? Nate Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Free Thinkers Emergence Podcast. And today I'm going to talk about addiction and how every single person on the planet is an addict of something or someone, maybe. But let me start with this. To define the word addiction to me, not this isn't from a dictionary, this is me off the top of my head right now, is to have a relationship with something where it turns into something you want, into something you need, to the level that is unhealthy or imbalanced in many cases, where like you can have a relationship between two people where one person's addicted to the other one, where the other person is just loving of the other person, and that imbalance between like one person being addicted versus one person just loving will create like uneven tension. And the same goes for like any substance. Now the substance won't love you. I come at you all with this as like I just quit smoking cigarettes, and I was like reflecting on addiction as a whole. I've been very sick for the past. Today was a lot better. Yesterday was pretty tough, and as I got out of my sickness and was like reflecting on what I had done, it was just like smoking and this like not thinking about the foods and like how like everything really is like either medicine or poison. Like everything on the planet comes down to like those two words. Like it's either medicine or poison. And even like with medicine, like if you take the wrong medicine at the wrong time or the right medicine at the wrong time and now your medicine becomes poison. So it's like there's almost nothing that like basically the only thing you can have that like will always be good are like sunlight and water, and everything else like to a certain extent it's possible to overdo. And it's really I'm trying to break life down as small as I possibly can to myself. And it's like everything comes down to addictions, and what you get addicted to is what you become, because we all have passions, and most people who have a passion, they get addicted to what they're doing, like whatever it is, they love it, like and that's like what they do. And addictions, like I want to say they can be good, but I really believe that we need balance in all areas of life. And like doing the same thing day after day and saying that you love it is great, but you need to always be changing things up. Like it really is the thing that keeps you sharp, and the reason that like you're capable of performing at any situation that's brought to you. Like it's like whatever you come across, like how are you going to be able to react? Like how sharp is your brain? Like are you obviously like physically capable of like doing stuff, but like everything really comes down to like how your brain functions, and more importantly how sharp your mind is. It's like the most important thing, even before your physical health, is like that like health of one's mind, and like where you're putting your attention and energy. And once again, this brings us back to like addictions, where it's like even if something is good for you, do you have to do it to feel like you're like good? Like I often get myself to the point where I'm addicted to going to the gym, and it's just like I have to take breaks just to like let my body rest. And it's really hard to break that, like to break it every time. And then I'm like, all right, well, it's time to get back to it. And I feel really good. And then all of a sudden I get fatigued again, and now I have to take a break again. And it's the idea of like balance in everything you do, and like I really am trying to figure out like where does addiction actually lie in the mind of everyone, and how can it be used to benefit the whole as much as possible. Like, people are addicted to feelings over everything, I would say. Like the feeling of happiness or the feeling of gratitude. Like those are two of the highest ones. Um, like authenticity is really great, and feeling like you can be your true self to the world around you. It's like I was debating on putting on a shirt before recording this, and I was like, I haven't worn clothes all day. Like, no one's at my house, so like I put on sweatpants and was like, yeah, that's about it. And I just like hopped in here and was like, I need to talk about this shit because like it's been like burning in me all day, like thinking about like addiction and how bad it actually can be. And everyone has addictions. Like, I really hope like you can realize what your addictions are, and no matter how good you're doing or how bad you're doing, you can always make yourself better. And the goal really is personal excellence. Like, how great can you become to the point where you're so great that other people don't think you're like even human? Like, is that possible? Like, how legendary can one person become? Like, I'm like, I guess it's theoretical, but like, you have people who are like absurdly intelligent, and it's just so many examples of it. So I'm not even gonna list any names, but when you look at these people with extreme intelligence and you're wondering, how did they become this intelligent? They became addicted to learning, and they fully adopted the growth mindset where they're learning from everything and everyone. And that is the only way to like really become so intelligent. It's like, I feel like there's some genetic necessity to being a genius, but a lot of the ideas of how to become intelligent and how to be a genius can be taught to people. And I think that's really important for people to know, that you're not necessarily born being stupid, and that intelligence is something you can teach someone. Like, you can teach someone how to be smarter. I think that's really important for people to understand. Just so, like, the idea of reflecting on addiction and, like, personal excellence and, like, becoming a more intelligent being, like, you start to see it all comes back to, like, being highly conscious of yourself and your own life, being self-aware of the things you want, aligning with your values, and moving in the direction that is going to fulfill you as a human being. Whether that fulfillment comes from purpose, money, or whatever else. I mean, those are really the only two things that come to my mind. I think that at the end of the day, like, purpose will always fulfill you more, as you can be filled with purpose and not have money and be happy, but you can have money and not and no purpose and be unhappy. It's like when you're doing something knowing that it's the thing in your heart that tells you like, I am happy, and that's what it comes down to me, or it comes down to for me. Let me know your thoughts. I am really happy to have video for these now. So far, that's really all I got. I just wanted to talk to you about addiction real quick and let you know some thoughts. And if you have any thoughts yourself, please leave comments. I'm going to post this on the audio platforms as well, but I'm going to start gearing these more towards YouTube videos and really start making like videos dedicated to like helping people with their mindsets. I love focusing on addictions and It's where like everything with psychedelics came in, like substance abuse and like how to help people like overcome addictions. And like unlike vaping, this time I just did it based on the fact that when I rub up against death to a certain degree in life, I like have to make choices, and you get visions of the future. You start to realize like how bad life can be if you go down certain paths. And everyone's gonna rub up against death at some point in their life, and hopefully you learn from your mistakes before your mistakes make your life. Yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. If there's something to take away from this video, reflect on your addictions and figure out what addictions you have that add to your life and what that subtract, and how to balance the ones that are adding to your life so they don't start to subtract, and how to take out the ones that are subtracting from your life one by one, starting with the ones that are impacting you to the lowest, or I guess impacting you at the highest degree. Anyways, thank you for listening.